How goes it all? Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully, you guys are having a great and exceptional day. So, 2021, it is a wrap. It is a wrap. It is a wrap. It is a wrap. And I decided to rant about it. But, anyways, it's been a interesting year. It's been more of a productive year than 2020 for me. But I will say, because I remember going on a rant saying, "Hey, we only have 2 months left," and it's November 13th, so it's 2021 is basically a wrap. But I really just want to go in on the fact that I chose the scary movie background behind me because there's two kinds of people entering 2022. The kinds of people that don't mind accepting new information, knowing that they don't know everything, and they're able and they want to execute. They want to build with those who are doing great things or who want to do great things on any level from a career standpoint. But not even just that, because that's just I'm not going to say dead, but that's a back burner mentality nowadays. So people entering 2022 that are going to survive, because literally I look at entering 2022 as like entering a scary movie, like dealing with Michael Myers, because we just he had a movie come out recently, Halloween, dealing with it, dealing with Freddy Krueger, dealing with Candyman. If you saw the movie Get Out, I can go to the Jordan Peele, but dealing with a scary adversary that we know. If you say you don't know, then you're not paying attention. That's just bait. I'm not going to insult anybody, but I'm going to say you're not paying attention. In 2022, we know the adversary is inflation. The adversary is lower wages. The adversary is people just accepting all the information that they're taught in schools, public or private, doesn't matter. We are facing the adversary of, yet I say, antiquated thinking. That's the best way to put it. Antiquated thinking, antiquated living. That's another way to put it. I just had a great conversation with a brother of mine, and we were just talking about, hey, the only things we're worried about is what's happening with the market, the real estate market, the stock market, and the crypto market, and the business, and what's happening from a consumer standpoint. Those are the only things that we're concerned with, while still working jobs at the same time. And I think that that not only is that important, but that just needs to be the new norm. Hey, if you still want to be a gamer, be a gamer. If you want to still love watching sports, love your team. Root for your favorite football team. I'm not knocking that. If you still want to watch good shows, because there's so many on now, especially now that the world is opened up for the most part, there's so many new shows, because especially we had that basically year of so many people sitting in their homes and writing up so many things. I mean, if you're a creator or a writer, you had all this time in the world to be able to really think about things and execute, and say, hey, even if I can't execute these specific things now, I'm definitely going to try to execute. I'm going to execute them once the world opens up again. And now that the world is opening up again, more and more entertainment is happening. More and more concerts are happening again. Unfortunately, rest in peace to people that died at the Travis Scott concert. More and more people out and about doing things. So, with that being said, that's the kind of person the digital person or the antiquated person, the analog person. That's the best way to look at it. Going into 2022, you have the digital mindset and you have the analog mindset. All right, and analog meaning even those people that just work 40 hours a week and pay their bills. That's the analog mindset. I'm going to say that now, and those are the ones that are going to die in the scary movie of 2022. But there's so many great things that are happening now and that's going to happen in 2022. But the people that are going to lose are going to be the people that don't want to not only pick up a book, but listen to some podcasts, join specific schools online, and engage with people outside of just trying to be entertained. Okay? Because it's going to be, you see that blood behind me, it's going to be an economic bloodbath in 2022 for those that don't want to play the game right. It's just what it is. You're entering a scary movie, and usually the ones that win, that enter usually the ones that are in these scary movies, the ones who actually win, are the ones that are strategic in how they're going to combat the enemy, combat the scary person, combat the bad guy, combat the adversary. That's the time that we're living in right now. But so many people still get wrapped up in entertainment to the point where they don't want to understand it. They don't want to get it. Okay. It's a different time. It's a different paradigm. It's not as things are not as black and white as they were 2 years ago. You know, even then things were changing, but this we all know that the pandemic expedited this. You know, the digital revolution. That's all. That's just what it is. People being at home more expedited the digital revolution. So that's why you had digital real estate being. You know, it was an idea. Now it's fully implemented. You know, now it is fully growing. You know, the idea of cryptocurrency. You know, it's been around for a while now, but it quadrupled during the pandemic. You know, digital. You know, the idea of people having shows and whatnot online. Idea, now it's implemented. Now we have the metaverse implemented. So, no disrespect to anyone that has a different mindset, but if you have an antiquated mindset of I'm just going to make money and pay my bills going in 2022, unless you, no, I'm just going to say you're going to end up in the category of possibly only doing two things: maintaining or going back, falling back 10 steps and losing. So I can't put it any other way. You're entering a scary movie in 2022 and people don't even realize it. Okay. So that is my mindset. That is my perspective on it. I hope the people will continuously work to evolve every day, because that's what I try to do. I try to work to evolve every day, mentally, physically, and spiritually, regardless of who I'm around, regardless of who I'm with, regardless of whatever situation I'm in. But I know that I did not have this mindset going into 2021, but I definitely have this mindset of going into 2022. There's an economic, I have to say, revolution happening, and either you're going to be a part of the greatness that's happening, or you're going to just be a sideline cheerleader and whatnot. Okay, but if you're going to let certain things distract you, that if you're letting things distract you in 2022, that distracted you back in 2015 or 2018, you know, before, I won't even say 2019, but 2015, 2018, you know, during that time frame, if you let those certain things distract you, then you will end up, unfortunately, getting hurt or killed in the scary movie. Because majority of the time, the ones that get hurt or killed, are the ones that did the stupid stuff. You know, from the Saw movies to the Freddy Krueger movies to all the, you know, actual scary movies, to the even Candyman. You know, people knew that something bad could happen, but they specifically got into the mirror and said Candyman a couple of times, and the boom, he came out and killed him. So that's all I got to say on that one, family. All right. So hopefully you guys have a great night. As I always say, make money moves, or you're gonna live bro like a fool, and that is definitely the realest thing I can say going into 2022. All right. You know, that doesn't mean you need to be disrespectful towards anybody. Doesn't mean you don't need to love your family members if they're not on board. You know, hey, a lot of people and family members are usually not on the same page when it comes to a lot of things outside of survival and whatnot. But you can still support your family and whatnot, and you know, be cool with people, even your friends and whatnot. But definitely your friends. My mindset is spend less time with people that are not talking about growth and talking about execution and talk about implementation. You know, like that's that we can't. No one can afford to go into 2022 having friends like that on a regular basis. Even if they're good people, there's nothing wrong with that. But no one can afford this. It's just what it is. That's the real reason why I said let me make this rant video. No one can afford to be basic anymore. It's just those days are done. I think the millennial generation, my generation, was the last generation, but we still have to be able to think outside the box as well. But we were the last generation to be able to graduate from high school thinking that we could be basic. So those days are done with. All right. So at the end of the day, do the great 3 free things: like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. And as I always say, make money moves, or you're gonna live bro like a fool. Take care, family.